Yeah, baby, we here.
Adversity is the fuel. Adversity is the fuel that makes that fire blaze so damn bright, baby. Smash that like, we're going in.
We need to know who the competent people are, and we need to reward them. And even more importantly, we need to tell young people, hey, there's some hierarchies of competence out there. Like 1,000 of them. Go be a plumber, man. But be a good one, you know? Be an honest one. Because otherwise all you do is go out there and cause trouble. We don't need people to cause more trouble. We need people to
solve problems.
Solve problems. Solve problems.
Yeah. Solve those damn problems, baby. Yeah, it's that quarantine strength.
Solve problems.
Day 24. Smash that like.
We need people to cause more trouble. We need people to solve problems.
Solve.
Problems. Solve problems.
Solve those damn problems.
Go be a plumber, man.
Smash that like, we're going hard tonight. We're doing an epic Meaningwave live set, so you want to smash that like, summon all your brothers and sisters.
Good one, you know?
We need the whole family in here. Maximum vibe regulation.
You know, and so you can be a tradesman, and you can make a lot of money as a tradesperson. It's a bloody, reliable, honorable, forthright, productive way of making a living. And there is a hell of a lot of difference between a working man who knows what he's doing and one who doesn't. Both in terms of skill and ethics, right? And you work with someone who knows what they're doing, it's a bloody pleasure. They tell you what they're gonna do, they tell you how much it will cost, they go and do it, it works, and you pay them. Perfect. Everyone's happy. And that's what happens when you have genuine hierarchies of competence.
Yeah, make some noise for genuine hierarchies of competence, baby. Genuine hierarchies of competence. Yow, yow, yow. Yo.
Solve those problems, baby. Right now, our problem is we don't have 100 likes. We need 100 likes.
We need people.
That's our problem. Only you can solve that problem, brothers and sisters. Smash that like, tweet that link, post that link on Instagram.
We need people to cause more trouble.
Anyone does, I will retweet that myself immediately. We're gonna need a hashtag and all that shit. We're gonna start having to get like special ops.
We'll be a plumber, man.
You know, we're gonna get shit. We are. We're gonna need that Meaningwave task force. Just out there spamming links in everybody's comment section.
Good one, you know.
On Oprah's tweets, you know what I mean? Just out there spamming Oprah's tweets. Epic activities! Epic activities only. Hello. Hello, brother. Hello, sister. Hello, Wave Gang. What up, Meaning Tribe? What up? This is the Church of Meaning. It's a Tuesday. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Yes, it is. You know it is. You know it is. You know it is. You could leave light right now. You know? You could. You could just be like, you know what I mean? A piano could fall on your head. Frunk. And that shit wouldn't be funny like in the cartoons. That shit would be tragic. Like when it happens in real life. That shit happens to one of my relatives. But it wasn't a piano. It was a brick. Just fell out of the sky. You know? My, what'd you call it? A great auntie? One of my grandma's sisters. She had a she had a lot of misfortune in her life, you know? A brick fell out the window and hit her son, who is a child, in the head, you know? And her daughter set herself on fire. She had all sorts of awful things happen to her, but guess what? She was always a cheerful woman. She was a really happy, cheerful woman. She had an amazing outlook on life. She'd had the most awful things happen to her and her family, right? And she was just really lovely and really, like, cheerful and strong. in the face of all sorts of adversity. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta be, baby! When you wake up in the morning and the internet doesn't work, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stomp around the house shouting and swearing like I did this morning, or are you gonna do something far more positive? Yeah! Yeah. Shouts out to everyone locked in. Legacies says, what about a Charles Bukowski wave? Okay, sure. Why not? I'll just pull one out my ass. I'm gonna do it right now. Watch, you'll be surprised at how powerful the activities on this quarantine stream are. You wanted a Charles Bukowski wave, did ya? Did ya? Is that what you wanted? Are you sure? You better be sure, baby. Ain't no half stepping in this place. Ain't no middle of the mall shit.
Born like this, into this.
Hey.
As the chalk faces smile. As Mrs. Death laughs. As political landscapes dissolve. As the oily fish spit out their oily prey.
Yeah.
We are born like this, into this.
Yeah.
Into hospitals which are so expensive that it's cheaper to die. Into lawyers who charge so much it's cheaper to plead guilty. Into a country where the jails are full and the madhouses closed. Into a place where the masses elevate fools. Into rich Europe, born into this, walking and living through this.
Yeah!
Dying because of this.
Yeah!
Castrated, debauched, disinherited because of this. The fingers reach toward an unresponsive God. The fingers reach for the bottle, the pill, the powder. We are born into this sorrowful deadliness. There will be open and unpunished murder in the streets. It will be guns and roving mobs. Land will be useless. Food will become a diminishing return. Nuclear power will be taken over by the many. Explosions will continually shake the earth. Radiated men will eat the flesh of radiated men. The rotting bodies of men and animals will stink in the dark wind. There will be the most beautiful silence never heard. Born out of that, the sun hidden there, awaiting the next chapter.
Make some goddamn noise for your wave emojis! Yeah, we're kicking this shit up hard! All because one of our family said, do you got any, maybe you should do some Bukowski wave. Guess what, we already did! Guess what, we're playing it now! Yeah! We got deep! The catalog runs deep!
Consummation of grief. I even hear the mountains, the way they laugh. Up and down their blue sides. And down in the water, the fish cry. And all the water is their tears. I listen to the water on nights I drink away. sadness becomes so great. I hear it in my clock. It becomes knobs upon my dresser. It becomes paper on the floor. It becomes a shoehorn, a laundry ticket. It becomes cigarette smoke climbing a chapel of dark vines. It matters little. Very little love is not so bad, or very little life. What counts is waiting on the wall. I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead. I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead.
Smash that like.
I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead. I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead.
Damn, baby. Make some damn noise. We in here! We in here! Make some noise, everybody. How you doing? Jeff is in the building. He says, dude, I want that Meaningwave sunset shirt. Well, you better get over to meaningwave.com and buy one while you still can, because these things will be getting removed very soon. We'll be soon launching a new season, a new capsule, a new drop, a new wave on meaningwave.com. So you better go get all that merch that is there right now if you want to have that shit. God damn it. We're doing a special Meaningwave set today. A special themed epic Meaningwave live set. We're going to do that shit. We need 100 likes to do that shit. That's the currency. That's like the vibes. And we have to do that shit because YouTube does not favor us. But every time you smash that like, they send out the notification to someone else. It would seem that seems to be how it works. Also, when you get to about 100 likes, it seems the quality of the stream goes up a bit. Nice. As you know, I invested and got a business line in the studio yesterday, and it seems to have actually made the internet worse. I woke up this morning and shit was so bad I couldn't open a web page. Yo, it was tragic. It was so bad that the upload I was up till 6 in the morning doing, that was supposed to go live at 1 p.m. did not go live at 1 p.m. because it didn't upload in time. So apologies to everyone who was waiting for that 1 p.m. drop. We've hit that 1 p.m. drop every day for 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks now, every day. Today, Spectrum screwed us over. So yeah, apologies for that. So like, you know, my way of working around that is I'm just gonna have more shit in advance. So I'm gonna be a couple of days ahead of schedule rather than like hours, you know? That's the only way to do it, baby. So don't worry, we got you. Shouts out, someone earlier said they had a look and AT&T has got really fast internet in LA, not in my house. I rang them today and they can't give me internet. I don't know why. I live in goddamn West Hollywood, but they won't give me internet. Well, they can, but it'd be worse than the internet I've got now. So, you know, we're gonna have to make do with this. The other thing we can do is buy a $2,000 PC to stream it off, which might make it better. So gotta you know, stack some funds for that. And what's the other thing that could happen? I don't know. They're sending an engineer out tomorrow to have a look at it anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. But we're here, baby, and that's what matters. We're here right now, right? How are you doing? How are you doing? AT&T got 1,000. Digital Rhino says AT&T got 1,000 megs up, 700 down. No, they don't. They don't. I rang them today. They ain't got it. Not for me. They ain't got it. The best they could do me was 12 meg down. Seriously, 12 meg down. They were like, now that would be a dedicated line, so I don't want to be sharing it. So it'd be pretty groovy. But it's like, no, that ain't good enough. That ain't good enough, baby. You're like, damn, I live in LA and it's difficult to get decent internet. How the fuck do people in like Milwaukee cope? You know what I mean? How are they doing in Utah? Maybe they've got fiber. I don't know. I ain't got no fucking fiber. I don't understand why we ain't all got fiber. And like, don't talk to me about like these goddamn satellites. Yo, I want them fibers, baby. I want them shits they got in South Korea. Why South Korea got all this swag shit? Why South Korea been in the future? God damn it. I want those toilets. I want those toilets that like wash your nuts for you. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah. Pissio Cat says your deck is smoking. Yeah, well, we know why, don't we? It's these goddamn beats. Like this one. This one's called Roof Moon. I made this in 2013. Never did anything with it. Yeah, I did. I did do something with it. I put it on that Harrison Bergeron EP when I turned Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut into a musical. That's what I did with this beat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey. Swag. Swag. It's time to bring back swag, by the way. I'm going to start saying swag all the time. It's the 10-year anniversary of swag. It was 10 years ago today that swag went over the top. Oh shit, and I actually made this beat then as well. This is actually a 10-year-old beat. This is a swag era beat. No wonder I kept saying swag. Swag, woo, swag, woo, swag, woo, swag, woo. Chadrick says, damn man, I'm gonna listen to this on my roof for sure. You're smart. Yeah! Who said something like, someone making fiber jokes? Yo, just because I don't eat meat, I still deserve fiber internet, baby. I say don't eat meat because I only eat meat. Yeah. Yeah. Day 24, how's everyone feeling? How is everybody out there? What's the vibes? What's the morale like? What's the vibes in your house? How is your spouse? Have you made friends with that skirting board mouse? Are you enjoying your children? Are you enjoying your parents? Shouts out to all the kids locked in. I've been getting bad messages of kids. Oh, by the way, what I want you all to do, I kept meaning to do this. A few people just did it anyway. I would like you to video yourself watching, enjoying this stream, right? Wherever you are. I want to see how you're doing it. Is it on your TV? Is it your laptop? What's your room looking like? You know what I mean? Are you burning some incense? Have you got an open fire? You know what I mean? Have you got a nice stack of comic books sat next to the speaker? I want to see what this looks like, and then I can post that on my Instagram so we can get a better vibe of what the vibes are. You know what I mean? I want to be able to see more of this beautiful community because I can feel you, baby. I can feel you deep in my heart. You know what I mean? But I want to see you too. So Instagram me, Instagram story or whatever. That's probably the easiest way. Yeah, Instagram story me. You enjoying this situation. You know what I mean? People have been sending me videos of them like preparing for the stream, like bowls of popcorn and like piles of booze and shit like that. That's very cool. You know what I mean? Doing countdowns and shit like that. We appreciate all those vibes, man. They all contribute to the vibes. Timothy says, I'm on the toilet. Oh yeah. This beat is called You're So Cool. That's what this beat was called. It's called You're So Cool. And it went on to be used, I believe, on 12 Rules for Life. Did it? The way when I started doing Meaningwave, because I'd just basically been making beats for like 4 years and not doing any vocal stuff. 3 years, 4 years. So I had all these beats. So I was using all those beats. Nowadays, I make the beats specifically for the vocal. So I'll be making them in tandem with each other. But the early tracks, a lot of it was like I already had cool beats that I'd made, and then I put vocals over them. You know? This one's called You're So Cool, because the vibe of it was inspired by the thing. You know what I mean? Get you someone who looks at you like Patricia Arquette looked at Christian Slater in True Romance. That's what you want. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Yo! Where you at, baby? Make some noise. We need to know where you are. I got 2 questions. I got 2 questions for you, okay? The 2 questions are this, because people have been asking, you guys keep asking me, saying that you want like physical stuff to buy. You want to buy like music physically, all right? So what I want to know is where you are, and then in the other word, what physical do you want to buy? Do you want vinyl? Do you want cassette? Do you want something else, or none of it? All right? That's what I want to know. Where you are, and vinyl, cassette, CD, something else, or none of it. In one word. Get after it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, hey. Oh shit, here we go. Small in Australia, on the Sunshine Coast of Australia. That rhymes. Yeah, of course it rhymes. Australia rhymed with Australia. He wants a floppy disk. Archaic Revival. I'll give you a floppy disk, goddammit. She. Jeff in Catskill, New York, he wants a CD. J. Ram, Mira Loma, he's happy with digital. Matthew Coate, Hartford CT, baby, and he'd rock with vinyl all day long. That's good to know. Southern Wanderers in California. Don't be swearing on my stream, baby. I've got children here, he says, swearing on stream. Haha. Yeah. Ansley Ferrero's on the Florida and he wants a cassette. Cindy's on the pale blue dot and she wants Meaningwave leggings. Hey, that's coming up. That's coming up like maybe next week. Nick Mayorga, Nova, vinyl would be magical. Greg A. Rastafari, Calais, Santa Maria wants both. Nice. Chadrick Pickens, Fresno County wants vinyl for the win. Salted Slough, Omaha, Nebraska. He wants a dank poster. We've got some posters in the shop, actually. If you go to meaningwave.com, there's some posters in there. Will be more posters, but there's a couple posters in there now. Yeah, there are. Pat Zier MD wants vinyl all the way. Nice. John Catamoli wants vinyl USA. Jaden W. Hey, Wavy fam. Hey, Wavy fam. What's cracking with you? What's cracking with you, baby? How the heck are you doing? We want a nice bit of music to put in the background. I'm only playing my beats today. Only my beats. No one else's beats. I'm sick of all my videos getting... all my videos are demonetized. Every single one of these is demonetized, and some of them get blocked because people are strange when you're a stranger. That Future Funk mix I dropped the other day, that got blocked in the UK because one of the artists' record label blocked it. And I tweeted them. I was like, hey, genius, what's all this about? And the artist was all upset. He's like, why the hell are we doing this to the record label? And they're like, we're not. I'm like, you are. You literally are. You idiots. And I guess they didn't know they were or something. They'd signed it with some agents, or they were bullshitting the artist because he was pissed off. He was pissed off. I was like, dude, I had to delete your music from my DJ library. I can't be running a risk of my UK friends not being able to see these streams. Shit, your people need to sort themselves out, man. You need to make a big old vibe check on their asses. This is not the year 2000. You are not Lars Ulrich. Stopping DJs from playing your music on their streams is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Where were we? Yo, Joshua Tran in Seattle wants a laser disc. Chadrick Pickens wants a laser disc. Chef Can in Clinton country wants vinyl. Nice. Chadrick wants a laser disc. Pushing Forward wants a cassette in SC. DJ in Omaha wants a CD. I forgot about CDs. Shit, I'd actually forgotten about CDs. Spag and Chi, Florida, recorded on a brand new technology. Man, you want me to invent technology as well as multiple genres? Damn, son. I got my work cut out. Craig Ingwa, Machine Shop, Alan Watts, Wave 2 vinyl. You're in a machine shop and you want vinyl of Alan Watts. Ooh, nice. Pushing Forward, vinyl is cool too. It is cool, isn't it? It's nice. You can use it to throw at people and chop their heads off. Tricky McSqueeze, how are you, Akira the Don? I'm great. Thanks for asking. It's lovely when people ask. I'm great. I got my shades on because the light is very bright. It looks like the sun used to. It's yellow. I got a yellow light today. Just cast some warm vibes. We want some warm vibes. Well, I did. Yeah. Tape all day, New Mexico. Says Haven Willis. Okay, I do love a tape. Sheila Ferreira. She wants a live stream. Oh, wait. I see what you did there. Ithaca Mankosia in Thailand wants some good vibes. We got you, baby. We got you, baby. DS Tacoma, way blessed, hyped for this. He just hyped in general. What a guy. Small in Australia. Hey, making my dreams come true. Old school Akira. Yeah. You be getting that. We are going to do that set you wanted. Not today. An old Don Beats set without me talking over the top of them. Yeah. Ooh, hey. Jaden wants cassettes and CDs. Yeah. Multiverse Media Spaces in Florida. He wants a Meaningwave machine. Matthew Curtis got a small vinyl collection of his favorite artists, including local bands. Would be sick to add an Akira to it and hang the album on the wall as well. I agree. All right. Seems the people have spoken. It seems the people have spoken, so we're going to make it happen. And I'll let you know how we're making it happen. It might be a crowdfunding thing. It might be a pre-order thing. I'm just looking at different manufacturers right now. We've got to make sure it's a good old USA manufacturer. We don't need none of that Corona stuff. We don't want no Corona vinyl. I'm going out there and making people, funky, in the bad funky. We don't want none of that. You know what I mean? We got to keep this shit local. You know what I mean? Like Jocko. You know? Shouts out to Origin Maine. I've never wanted a pair of jeans as badly in my life as I want a pair of Origin Maine jeans right now. Oh my god. Shouts out to Multiverse Media Space. Just became a member at level 3. Or were you already a member and you just transversed to level 3? Either way, it's time for that noise you get when you do that. Yeah, brother, we are proud of you. Level 3 is a dope level. I make you special playlists, like really big ones with hundreds of songs. Yeah, that's dope. Hey. Timothy wants a VHS. I want a VHS. I used to love VHSs. I was literally thinking the other day about buying a VHS machine so I could buy old VHSs off of eBay and then rip them and use them for visuals. Then I was like, I don't have time for that. But I would like to have like a VHS player just in the corner, just playing old USA Yasura tapes all day. Yeah. Chef Ken says, team up with Third Man Records for pressing. Yeah, they're on my list of people to talk to. I've got a few people to talk to. Smash that like, post that link. We're going to get into a very epic DJ set pretty soon. Very epic Meaningwave live set. Epic live set. Oh, nice. Grubkin. What a good name. Grubkin Tittlefit says, here's a tip. Sell fake Akira the Don beards. Yeah. Ooh. Hi. I have nothing. Hi. Yo. Where I am, death is not. Where that is, I am not. You get me? I said where I am, death is not. And where that is, I am not. And that is a reason to be glad. Yeah! Ooh, baby! Yeah! You can join in the vote, by the way, what we were just talking about. I posted that on the community tab, so you can hit your choice on a poll, so that it's scientific. Is it poll or pole? I'm a Pole, technically. My grandfather was Polish, although the bit of Poland he was from is now Lithuania. Poland can't catch a break. Yeah, the polls on Twitter as well. Twitter, vinyl's winning by far, as vinyl's got like 62% ahead of cassettes, 14%, and both got 10%. People love vinyl, it would seem. I'm a both guy, you know what I mean? It's like when people ask me if I'm like a chest or a leg type of fellow, I'm like, why I gotta choose one, you know? Both of these things is wonderful, thank you God. You know what I mean? God did good work with them things. Yo! Yeah! Doing it for kicks. Doing it for kicks. Ooh! Doing it for kicks. You know what I love about this beat? There's two vocal versions of this beat. One of them's got Alan Watts on it. And one's got Big Nasty on it. They're both on Spotify. You can hunt them down. One of these days I'll play them back to back. We can decide who hit the beat hardest. Was it Big Nasty or was it Alan Watts? Speaking of Alan Watts, I've been working on the Alan Watts album. I got the studio up and running here. I got 4 tracks finished last night. I got 1 done so far today. I'm going to be up till 3 o'clock in the morning again, getting more done. I got my girl Blair. She's recording some vocals right now. She's on quarantine. She's recording some vocals for a couple of the tracks. I thought they needed some like beautiful female soul vocal thing. She's dropping that sauce. You might remember her from Blessed in the Naval album. There's a couple tracks on there that had nice lady vocals. That was her. Yeah, get it. Yeah, yeah. Andrew Kamarai says, I posted meditations to the Stoic Professionals community on LinkedIn today. Hope it helps. Some replied that they appreciated it. It always helps. Every time you post one of them things somewhere else, one new person hears this stuff. You've done an incredible thing for the galaxy. And certainly for the wave. You know, so every time you do that, you know, an angel gets its wings. And you make me very, very glad, you know. Here's a question. Pushing Forward says, Charles Bukowski track was fire, my goodness. I love that it took you like 10 minutes to recover from that shit. Just to post that. It was more than that. That was like 20 minutes ago. Nice. Salted Slough says, what if we kissed during the quarantine stream? You should. I meant to say ages ago. Should we have changed the title of this from Quarantine Stream to Quarantine Stream, or is that just too complicated to try and say? I don't even know. And here's another question. What are we going to call this when it's no longer quarantine? Because we ain't staying indoors forever, baby. We've got to get outside at some point. Then what's going to happen? What's the world going to look like? You know, what's going to, like, it's a new world is being built right now, right? Yeah. He wrote to me last night. Here's Baron, he's a drum and bass producer. He wrote me and he said, Akira, what the fuck is going on? Like really, what is going on in the world? And I thought about it a minute. And I was like, you know what, I haven't actually said what I think on that, really. Or I haven't at least sort of crystallized it. I think about it all the time, you know, and I talk about it with my wife and stuff. And we talk about it, right? But have I really crystallized it? No. You know, so here's what I think. Here's what I think is going on. I think that we're at war, and we always have been. We just hid it from ourselves for the last few generations, and now it's bubbling to the surface. You should never let a good crisis go to waste, so different power structures are attempting to take advantage of the situation in different ways. Of course. Some to implement long-term plans that were awaiting the right opportunity, and some to switch sides in this war. New allegiances are being forged and a new world is being built upon the ashes of the old. That's one way of looking at it, you know? I mean, the first thing I said actually the first thing I said to him was, you know, the older I grow, the more I know just how little I know. But I do have some suspicions, you know, and that's one. But then another way of looking at it might be, humanity was a caterpillar, and now it is building itself a chrysalis. And that means butterfly season is almost upon us. That's what I think is going on. That's what I think is going on, baby. There's a lot going on. But that's the most important thing that's going on. We're all indoors building ourselves these chrysalises. You know? Getting ready for butterfly season. Yeah. Smash that like, baby. We're nearly at 100. We're nearly ready to get in. Yeah. Grubkin Tiddlefit says NWO by 2025. Here's where I disagree. That stuff already happened. That already happened. They're just really bad, man. They're just not as competent as they think they are, as everyone builds them up to be. Here's the thing. Every time you create a thing, you know, whatever it is, it has an unintended consequence. So you create, say some people think that, you know, the internet was created to track everybody and keep everybody prisoner, but then the unintended consequence of that is that it brings us all together and gives us this quarantine streaming situation. It allows music to develop in ways no one would ever imagine. It frees artists from the tyranny of record labels, and it frees creatives from the tyranny of Hollywood and TV shows and things. The internet sets us free. If the internet was created to imprison us, how did it set us free? Everything you do has a repercussion. You know, you fix some problem, there's a problem, okay, we're gonna fix that shit. In fixing it, you create another problem. Always. But you also create another opportunity and another potential. And so it keeps moving and it keeps moving and it keeps moving. You know, people talk about these people, people talk about these people that want to control the world, those Tears for Fears motherfuckers. You know, they want to rule the world. They ain't as smart as you think, man. They ain't as good as you think. Yeah, they there. There's always going to be people there who are trying to do that stuff. But, like, they are not that competent. And you know they're not that competent because they fuck up so regularly. And also because we're still here in this beautiful situation, right? We're still here. And as long as I've been alive, people have been saying, oh, it's over now, it's over. Yet it's not. Never is. Because everything they throw at us, we turn into something useful. You know, like your boy Marcus Aurelius says, anything you throw in a fire, the fire takes into itself to create a greater fire, you know? And that's what we're up to. Where's that music coming from? Ooh.
Akira.
The dawn.
Back. One of my computers just started playing some crazy music. It was very cool. I really liked it. It was really good music. I enjoyed it very much, but it was strange, and it was not the right vibes. Yeah. What's going on with you? How are you feeling? Yeah. Legacy says we need that awesome mix 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, Akira style. Yo, man, if they sort out their algorithm things and just let me play goddamn 70s records, I could do that all day. I had a residency in a club called Good Times at Davey Wayne's in Los Angeles for 2 years. 2 years, I think, yeah. And that place was a time machine, right? You'd walk through the door. The front door was a fridge. You walk up to the front of this building, right? And you go through a door, and there's a big fridge, like a 70s style fridge. And you open the fridge, and you step through the fridge, and then you're in the 70s. Everything in the place is decked out 70s. And the place was based and modeled after the home of the father of the twins, the Houston brothers, who nightclub impresarios who I've been working with for many years now, who have all these really cool high concept clubs. And this particular place was modeled after their father's house, and it was done in honor to him. It was called Good Times at Davey Wayne's, and that was the guy, Davey Wayne. And on the wall was all of his records. And they said to me, you know, when they hired me, they were like, look, because the whole idea is when you step in there, you're not going to hear any music that was made after 1979. That's the vibes. And they're like, if you ever, you know, at a loss for what to play, just look up at the wall. You know me, I was never at a loss as to what to play, but I liked looking up at that wall. A wall full of legends, you know. A wall full of legendary stuff. And I loved that gig because what was great about that gig was it had limitations on it. And, like, you couldn't be, like, no one could come up to me in that club and be like, oh, could you play some Drake? You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, nah. Because that motherfucker wasn't, you know, he wasn't dropping records in 1979, was he? No! So no Drake for you! So I got to be super creative within the confines of, like, before 79 only. So I used to play in that place like I was Daft Punk making records live. You know, I'd just be like just playing the coolest bits of my favorite 70s records and blending them with other bits and creating new things with them. People used to go crazy in there. It was the most hype times I've ever had as a DJ, I think. in that place. People would just dance for like 4 hours straight. I would get in there and it would already be packed and everyone would cheer as I like work. I had to squeeze through the crowd to get to the DJ booth. They were so happy and so excited to dance. You know, people used to come from like San Diego. They would come down from not Brighton. What's the American equivalent of Brighton? San Francisco. They'd come all the way from San Francisco just to get down on a Sunday night because they knew that Akira the Don was the hottest DJ on earth. And he was going to be playing all that beautiful 70s music, all the disco edits, you know, all them rare blends. People used to go crazy. At the end of the night, people would be crying. But anyway, you know, and I would love to show you that. I would love to do that for you. But they would yeet me off the internet, so we got to try and work out a way of being able to do that shit, you know? I think we can. I think another thing that's going to happen about this whole situation is because all the major label DJs are indoors and they can't play any of their records without getting yeeted. I think people are going to be having conversations with the record labels right now about this and saying, look, this is stupid. And I think what might come of this is a lot of those things being relaxed, or what your guy Jared Lanier, who's the father of virtual reality, was trying to get in the first place when the internet was first invented, which was that basically everyone you pay a bit of a fee, like you already do now. You pay your internet money, right? Whatever it is to get the internet. But basically, like a big chunk of that would be divvied up between everybody. So if like you wrote an article and someone read it, like a bit of their money would go to the person that wrote the article, like a percentage. And then if you wrote you got a song, say there's a song and it's got a bit of a Jimi Hendrix lick in it and it's got a bit of a beat in it and I DJ it, some of the music money goes to me, some goes to Jimi Hendrix, some goes to the other guy, and everything is just divvied up like that in microtransactions, with no limits as to creativity, nothing stopping you from sampling or doing anything or whatever. And I think that's a world that's coming, and it's a beautiful world that I'm very excited about, you know. Jared Lanier said that, you know, there was no culture after the internet. That the only culture after the internet was internet culture, was remix culture, was bootleg culture. He said that there were no new genres were invented after the internet. The last new genre was hip-hop, he says. That was the last new genre, which, you know, was born in the sort of early to late 70s. I guess the first recordings were in the late 70s. And after that, there was no new genres. You know, like, dance music is like just disco, right? You could argue that. And if you've heard I Feel Love, you know, then yeah, that's like the template for every dance record is in I Feel Love, you know? So if it's true that the last new genre was hip-hop and everything after that has been a kind of a remix, that's because of the limitations of internet culture, perhaps. But anyway, we know that's not true, though, because there has been another genre since. There has been a new genre invented after hip-hop. What's that genre called? Is it a genre, or is it an art form? Is it a psychotechnology? Is it a story that we're telling, a grand narrative? Certainly there's been some new musical form has emerged from the internet. Yeah! We do have over 100 likes. We have smashed that like into oblivion. Oh, we have. Luke Coles wants to know if I'd buy a download, which service puts the most money in the Don's pocket? Bandcamp, iTunes? I do believe it's Bandcamp. Yeah, I do believe it's Bandcamp. Shout out to Bandcamp. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Magically he says dubstep, lol. Whatever happened to dubstep? Matthew Kurt says, my favorite genre is called ancient, banging on rocks with sticks and shit. Powerful. Mike Betters says Meaningwave. Do you? You like Meaningwave? Are you a Meaningwave fan? Are you an appreciator of the psychotechnology and art form known as Meaningwave? Created by Akira the Don with the aim of helping us achieve our potential in this lifetime. A man of culture, I see. All right, baby, we're going in. We're going in! Cindy Bailey says Bandcamp is giving 100% profits to artists during the crisis. Is that true? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Shouts out to Bandcamp if that's true. I thought they just did that for like one night as a gimmick. I didn't know that was the whole thing. But shit, if that's true, then get after it. Get after it, baby!
Akira.
Yeah, we're going in. This is about to be a
Wave live set. This
is a Meaningwave live set. It's about to be a Meaningwave live set. It's got a name. It's called...
This is a mysterious planet, and we are mysterious.
Akira.
Let's say that again, because I fucking put my own name over the end of it. God
Damn.
damn. All right, before we go in,
Let me just answer this question. Akira, who's your favorite comic book artist? I couldn't pick one. I'll pick some. Bill Watterson, Calvin and Hobbes, Goscinny and Uderzo, Asterix, Todd McFarlane, you know, all the stuff that Todd McFarlane did, Spawn, and Spider-Man, Jack the King Kirby, obviously, Evan Dorkin, Milk and Cheese, Rob Liefeld, X-Force. Just Rob Liefeld, by the way, is like the spiritual heir to Jack Kirby, and can't nobody tell me different. Don't you dare! Off the top of my head, they're my favorite comic book artists. I've definitely forgotten some. Jeff Smith, I love Jeff Smith. Bone. God damn, Jeff Smith is great, you know. But those were the first ones that sprang to mind, so they must be true. And now we're going to do this set, and the set is called...
this is a mysterious planet, and we are mysterious beings.
Akira.
He's got clout.
The web of life.
Let me try from the first to indicate the point that we're aiming at. The point is this, that human consciousness is at the same time as being a form of awareness and sensitivity and understanding. It's also a form of ignorance. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. And because of this, it leaves out things that are terribly important. It leaves out things that would, if we did know them, allay our anxieties and fears and horrors. And if we could extend our awareness, you see, to include those things that we leave out, we would have a deep interior peace. Because we would all know the one thing that you mustn't know. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more, you know, according to the rules of our particular social game. The one thing you mustn't know, that's really not allowed, that is the lowdown on life. And the lowdown, on the one hand, means the real dirt on things. But the lowdown is also what is profound, what is mysterious, what is in the depths. And there's something left out. And our everyday consciousness screens this out in the same way that when you say you have weaving, you have, say, on this rug here in front of us, when the black finishes here, the black threads will go underneath and then appear again over here, then they'll go underneath the white and then they'll appear again over here, you know? So that the back will be the obverse pattern of the front. Now, the world is like that. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more. Our sense organs are selective. They pick out certain things. They're receptive. For example, we have a small band, what you might call a spectrum of light, of sound, of tactile sensation, and so on, to which the human organism is sensitive. But we know that outside that small band, there is a huge range of vibrations to which we have built instruments that are sensitive. Things like cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, hard X-rays, and so on. They're all outside the band of our spectrum. And obviously, there are things that are outside the range of our instruments. We may build a new instrument someday which will evoke, bring into our consciousness other orders of vibration altogether, but yet, as yet, we don't know about. So you could imagine, you see, the universe is a vast system of vibrations and has infinite possibilities. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have.
Given the triumphant academic setting here, an obvious question is how much of this work of adjusting our default setting involves actual knowledge or intellect. This question gets very tricky. Probably the most dangerous thing about an academic education, at least in my own case, is that it enables my tendency to over-intellectualize stuff.
To get lost in abstract arguments inside my head instead of simply paying attention to what's going on right in front of me. Paying attention to what is going on inside me. As I'm sure you guys know by now, it is extremely difficult to stay alert and attentive instead of getting hypnotized by the constant monologue inside your own head. Maybe happening right now. 20 years after my own graduation, I have come gradually to understand that the liberal arts cliche about teaching you how to think is actually shorthand for a much deeper, more serious idea. Learning how to think really means learning how to exercise some control over how and what you think. It means being conscious and aware enough to choose what you pay attention to and to choose how you construct meaning from experience. Learning how to think. Learning how to think. Learning how to think. Learning how to think. Because if you cannot exercise this kind of choice in adult life, you will be totally hosed. Think of the old cliche about, quote, the mind being an excellent servant but a terrible master. This, like many cliches, so lame and unexciting on the surface, actually expresses a great and terrible truth. It is is not the least bit coincidental that adults who commit suicide with firearms almost always shoot themselves in the head. The head. They shoot the terrible master. And the truth is that most of these suicides are actually dead long before they pull the trigger. And I submit that this is what the real, no bullshit value of your liberal arts education is. How to keep from going through your comfortable, prosperous, respectable adult life dead. Unconscious. A slave to your head and to your natural default setting of being uniquely, completely, imperially alone. Day in and day out. That may sound like hyperbole or abstract nonsense. Let's get concrete. The plain fact is that you graduating seniors do not yet have any clue what day in, day out really means. Learning how to think. 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 Learning how to think.
Yeah, baby. That was David Foster Wallace. Make some noise for David Foster Wallace. Yeah. Now stepping on the stage, we got our boy, the one and only, the good doctor himself.
We don't understand the world. Like, I do think the world is more like a musical masterpiece than it is like anything else. And things are oddly connected. Now, I know that sounds new agey and it sounds metaphysical. I'm saying bluntly, this is speculative, right? I'm feeling out beyond the limits of my knowledge. I'm not willing to dismiss the mysterious. The mysterious. I'm not willing to dismiss the mysterious. I've experienced the mysterious in a variety of different ways, and it's very mysterious. Very mysterious. We certainly know that we're bounded by ignorance, and there's far more going on than we know or can know. We do. The problem is when you start to speculate, it's a projection of your imagination. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because knowledge advances through projection of imagination. But the problem is, you can see yourself reflected back at you, and then it's self-fulfilling. And so you can see what you want. The mysterious. The mysterious. I'm not willing to dismiss the mysterious. I've experienced the mysterious in a variety of different ways, and it's very mysterious. Very mysterious. The most ancient ideas we have about the nature of reality are predicated on a certain presupposition. And the presupposition is this. There's two fundamental modes of being that characterize reality. One is the absolute. And the absolute is the sum total of everything. So if you think about things in their most unbounded possible form, if you think of things in their infinite number of potential variations, you can think about that as one pole of reality. It appears classically that people have regarded their encounters with the absolute, which is all those multiple levels of being that are beyond your perceptual capacity, as equivalent to an encounter with God, the mysterious. The mysterious. I'm not willing to dismiss the mysterious. I've experienced the mysterious in a variety of different ways, and it's very mysterious. Very mysterious.
The thing is that we have been educated to use our minds in a certain way, a way that ignores or screens out the fact that every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. You see, it's as if you had a light covered with a black ball, and in this ball were pinholes. And each pinhole is an aperture through which the light comes out. So in that way, every one of us is actually a pinhole through which the fundamental light, that is the existence itself, looks out. Only the game we're playing is not to know this. To be only that little hole, which we call me, my ego, my specific John Jones, or whatever. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out.
All of the high cultures and low cultures, primitive cultures and charming, simple cultures, great, big, enormous ones, have grown out of myths. They are founded on myths. And what these myths have given has been inspiration for aspiration. Now, where do these aspirations come from? They come from a very wonderful, childlike thing, fascination. You know, if you wanted to make money today, I'm no economist, but I'll bet the thing to do would be to invest your money in something like cameras, things that people play with, things that they're fascinated by. Fascinations are the creations of new activities. And when we look at the old cultures, we can see all cultures have grown out of myth. I said all cultures, they are founded on myth. And what these myths have given has been inspiration for aspiration. And some of it is very strange to see indeed. What is most fascinating to begin with is one's neighbor, particularly if the neighbor is a very strange-looking creature. Now think of man in the old days. He was a minority on the planet. And when he looked at his neighbors, they had 4 feet, they had horns, they had great woolly bodies. They were very strange playmates. Furthermore, he was eating certain of them, and they were rather dangerous. He had to arrange some kind of arrangement with his neighbor. And we know that the first religious rites and the first religious address, so to say, was to animals, their neighbors. These were the images of God. All cultures have grown out of myth. All cultures, they are founded, was the first inspiration. And the divinities like it. They play it. So the original rituals, the hunting people danced buffalo dance. They were in covenant world. That through this covenant, the animals gave their bodies willingly to be eaten. Because only the body dies, the being comes back. If you return the blood of the animal to the earth, the life is in the blood. The earth is the mother of life, and the animal will be back next year. All cultures have grown out of myth. All cultures, they are founded on myth. And what these myths have given has been inspiration or aspiration. Aspiration. People lived then in the plant world, the world of the tropics, where nature was a plant world. They saw something else. They saw that out of rot, out of decay, there comes life. There comes life. And this notion that out of death comes life becomes a very important thing in the tropical cultures. And it led to what us is a very powerful pattern of rituals. Rituals of human sacrifice, killing people, letting them rot, burying them, with the notion that out of this death there would come life. All cultures have grown out of myth. All cultures, they are founded on myth. And what these myths have given has been inspiration or aspiration. Aspiration. All cultures have grown out of myth. All cultures, they are founded on myth. And what these myths have given has been inspiration or aspiration. Aspiration.
Make some noise to Joseph Campbell. Joseph Campbell, that's from the album Songs of Mythology. Out now in all good record stores, baby. Hey. And for this next one, I want to welcome back your friend of mine. Make some noise for the one and only Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. And a good friend.
Akira.
Frederick.
He's got clout.
Yeah!
This is from Friedrich Nietzsche. Now, of course, you probably know that he was the philosopher who announced the death of God. What he meant by that was that the fundamental metaphysics that underlie Western culture had lost their foundation. And that the consequence of that would be the disintegration of the idea of value itself. Especially of value hierarchies. He thought of the inevitable consequence of that, or one of the inevitable consequences of that, a dramatic move towards a doctrine of radical equality. You see, because if value itself is destroyed, the value distinction between things, so that one thing is not any better than another, then there's no reason for hierarchies of virtue or of value. And so the equality doctrine is a logical outcome. So here's what he wrote about that.
Behold, this is the hole of the tarantula. Do you want to see the tarantula itself? Here hangs its web. Touch it so that it trembles. There it comes willingly. Welcome, tarantula. Your triangle and symbol sits black on your back. And I also know what sits in your soul. Revenge sits in your soul. Wherever you bite, black scabs grow. Your poison makes the soul whirl with revenge. Thus I speak to you in a parable, you who make souls whirl, you preachers of equality. You are tarantulas and secretly vengeful, but I shall bring your secrets to light. Therefore I laugh in your faces, my laughter of the heights. Therefore I tear at your webs, that your rage may lure you out of your lie holes, and your revenge may leap out from behind your word. Justice. For that man be delivered from revenge. That is for me the bridge to the highest hope, and a rainbow after long storms. The tarantulas, of course, would have it otherwise. What justice means to us is precisely that the world be filled with the storms of our revenge. Thus they speak to each other. We shall wreak vengeance and abuse on all whose equals we are not. Thus do the tarantula hearts vow. And will to equality shall henceforth be the name for virtue. And against all that has power, we want to raise our clamor. You preachers of equality. The tyrannomania of impotence clamors thus out of you for equality. Your most secret ambitions to be tyrants thus shroud themselves in words of virtue. Aggrieved conceit, repressed envy, perhaps the conceit and envy of your fathers, erupt from you as a flame, and as the frenzy of revenge. What was silent in the Father speaks in the Son. And I often found the Son, the unveiled secret of the Father. They are like enthusiasts, but it is not the heart that fires them, but revenge. And when they become elegant and cold, it is not the spirit, but envy that makes them elegant and cold. The jealousy leads them even on the paths of thinkers, and this is a sign of their jealousy. They always go too far. So their weariness must be lie down to sleep in the snow. Tarantulas. 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 Out of every one of their complaints sounds revenge. In their praise there is always a sting, and to be a judge seems bliss to them. But thus I counsel you, my friends, mistrust all in whom the impulse to punish is powerful. They are people of a low sort and stock, the hangman and the bloodhound. 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 Look out of their faces. Mistrust all who talk much of their justice. Verily, their souls lack more than honey, and when they call themselves the good and the just, do not forget that they would be Pharisees, if only they had power. My friends, I do not want to be mixed up and confused with others. Some preach my doctrine of life and are at the same time preachers of equality. And tarantulas, although they are sitting in their holes, these poisonous spiders, with their backs turned on life, they speak in favor of life, but only because they wish to hurt. They wish to hurt those who now have power, for among those, the preaching of death is still most at home. The
I do not wish to be mixed up and confused with these preachers of equality.
Jordan B. Peterson. What is this mystery?
Akira.
He's got clout.
Many of you, I'm sure, have heard the saying that mythology is other people's religions. Now I'm going to ask you to put yourself in other people's shoes and have a look at your own as mythology.
Yeah.
As mythology. What is this mystery that makes the human species bow before some sign of mystery? What is this mystery that makes the human species bow before some sign of mystery? Nietzsche has said, this is the age of comparison. Works on all levels. And in the realm of what I'm calling mythology, which many people call religions, there are cross-influences operating today that would have been thought impossible 100 years ago. Furthermore, it's good to recall, to remember, that our cultures and our races are very, very late arrivals in the history of the human species. And we already have very interesting evidence of religious or mythological practices in races long antedating ours. For instance, in the high Alps that were discovered in the 20s in very small caves right below the ice level of the glaciers, little shrines containing the skulls of cave bears. Now, during the course of the last glaciation, the Würm glacial period, those caves were covered with ice. No one could have gone there. And after the time of that glaciation, there were no cave bears in the world. So these little shrines with these cave bear skulls and little fires and little instruments of showing that there had been worship practiced there date from 200,000 years ago.
Yeah.
200,000 years ago. What is this mystery that makes the human species bow before some sign of mystery? What is this mystery that makes the human species bow before some sign of mystery? What is this mystery? What is this mystery?
Happy birthday, Terence McKenna.
The way I think of the psychedelics is they are catalysts to the imagination. They were back 100,000 years ago. The imagination, which was just this glimmering, this iridescence on the surface of ape cognition, was under the influence of the reciprocal feedback of self-reflection that is created by watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Watching watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Because it has suddenly become interesting, because it has suddenly been flooded by a psychoactive amine. That iridescence has been coaxed into language, art, architecture, music, poetry, the whole ball of wax. But now we know these things. We can uncover the secret of our origin. I'm very keen for the notion of what I call the Archaic Revival. And the Archaic Revival is this overarching metaphor that is the way for us to go to save our necks at this point. When a culture gets into trouble, instinctively what it does is it goes back through its own past until it finds a moment where things seem to make sense. And then it brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic Revival brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic Revival brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic Revival brings that moment forward into the present. When
this notion that out of death comes life becomes a very important theme in the later religions of the world. He who loses his life shall find it is a spiritualization of this idea. But then, when the first cities appear in Mesopotamia, about 3000 BC, large communities grow up based on agriculture. Planting has to take place a certain time, reaping a certain time, and there are professional priests watching the heavens to know when those times were, when those times came. And those men became aware of the movement of the planets through the fixed stars. And they calculated and recognized that these planets were moving in mathematically inevitable courses. And the idea came into being. Men became aware of the movement of the planets through the fixed stars, of a cosmic order, of mathematical precision. Men became aware of the movement of the planets through the fixed stars. The neighbors now were the stars and the planets. Yeah! On and on, as the day comes and goes, the year comes and goes, the eons come and go, and the whole society must go into accord with that. This idea that the human society should reproduce the heavenly order comes in. The neighbors now are the stars, and this still lives with us in our religions. All of our religions have inherited this motif from the old Babylonian world. It went out with the higher civilizations to India, to China, even across the Pacific to Mexico and Peru. And you see these great towers, these great temple towers that represent the mountain of the world. It's the axis of the world around which the world turns, as it does around the pole star. The whole world and society and the individual in it are like the planet. It's moving in a great course. And society and the individual in it are like the planet. It's moving in a great course. Men became aware of the movement of the planets through the fixed stars, of a cosmic order, of mathematical precision. Men became aware of the movement of the planets through the fixed stars. The neighbors now were the stars and the planets.
Deep in the human unconscious is a pervasive need for a logical universe that makes sense. Sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. But the real universe is always one step beyond logic. One step beyond logic. One step beyond logic. There is in all things a pattern that is part of our universe. It has symmetry, elegance, and grace. Those qualities you find always in that which the true artist captures. That which the true artist captures. You can find it in the turning of the seasons. That which the true artist captures. In the way sand traits along a ridge. In the branch clusters of the creosote bush. Or the pattern of its leaves. We try to copy these patterns in our lives, in our society, seeking the rhythms, the dances, the forms that comfort. There is in all things a pattern that is part of our universe. It has symmetry, elegance, and grace. Those qualities you find always in that which the true artist captures. That which the true artist captures. You can find it in the turning of the seasons. That which the true artist captures. Yet, it is impossible to see peril in the finding of ultimate perfection. Ultimate perfection. Ultimate perfection. Peril in the finding. It is clear that the ultimate pattern contains its own fixity. In such perfection, all things move towards death. There is in all things a pattern that is part of our universe. It has symmetry, elegance, and grace. Those qualities you find always in that which the true artist captures. That which the true artist captures. You can find it in the turning of the seasons. That which the true artist captures. The world is supported by four things. The learning of the wise, the justice of the great, the prayers of the righteous, and the valor of the brave. But all of these things are as nothing without a ruler who knows the art of ruling. Make that the science of your tradition. All life is in the service of life.
Make some noise for Danica XIX, Frank Herbert, from that Dune Wave.
The forms of culture that we would say to be necessary.
Yeah, we will dedicate this to Roger Scruton. Rest in peace, Roger Scruton.
The forms of culture that we would say to be necessary or most inclined to foster in the individual, that blowing of the flame.
I think the most accessible form for most people is music. And music, to me, is the most representational form of art, because I think that the world is made out of patterns. And we perceive some patterns as objects, but fundamentally it's patterns. And what you want is all the patterns of the world to interact harmoniously in something where every element is related intelligibly to every other element. And I think that when your life is in harmony, then you can feel that.
When you're dancing to beautiful music, you're acting that out. The music is the music of the spheres, and you're participating in the patterning of your being in accordance with that structure, and that gives you an intimation of transcendence. Music is everything. Music is everything. It's not criticizable. That's the thing that's so lovely about it, is even as our society has become more cynical and more self-destructive and more deconstructionist, the power of music has in fact grown. Because it speaks to that eternal harmony. And the reality of that eternal harmony in a way that mere intellect cannot deny. And I mean, I was always amused. I went to this show, the Ramones, a punk band from New York. It was the loudest concert I'd ever heard by a good factor of 10. My ears rang for like 3 days afterwards. There were all these like nihilistic punk rockers all crammed into this theater, and below me there was a mosh pit. It was like ants on a frying pan. And they were just smashing into each other and throwing people around up above them, and it was quite rough. And they were all having this beautifully transcendent musical experience which belied all of their nihilism.
And you absolutely thrived on it. It was like even the
lyrics were harsh and nihilistic, but it didn't matter because the music in its rough form was something that united them in patterned beauty and brought them together. And so exposure to music, people die without music. It's like music is everything. Music is everything. Music is everything. Music is everything.
Make some noise to yourself. You think it was over? It ain't over. It ain't over, baby. We're investigating this mystery. This is a mysterious planet, and we are mysterious beings.
Another way of talking about the web is that there are different levels of magnification. For example, supposing you take a piece of embroidery, and here it is, obviously in front of you, an ordered and beautiful object. Then you take out a microscope, and you look at the individual threads. At a certain point, as you turn up the microscope, you'll get a hopeless tangle. It doesn't make any sense at all. The wrapped fiber that constitutes the thread is a mess. Hasn't been organized, nobody did anything about it. But at the level of magnification at which you actually see it with the naked eye, it's all been organized. It's all been organized. It's all been organized. It's all been organized. All right, now keep turning up that microscope. Take one of those individual threads in the fiber that seems to be so chaotic and go into the constitution of that. And again, you will find fantastic order. You'll find the most gorgeous designs of molecules. Then keep turning it up. And again, at a certain level, you'll find chaos again. All right, keep going. And at another level, you'll find this marvelous order. Now you see, order and randomness constitute, in other words, the warp and the woof. Where everything is in order, everything's under control. In randomness, it's all been organized. It's a mess. 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 But we wouldn't know what order was unless we had messes. It's the contrast of order and messes that order itself depends upon. And so in exactly the same way, it is the contrast of on and off, there and not there. In other words, life and death, being and non-being, that constitutes existence. Only we pretend that the random side of things, the disorderly side of things, could possibly win in the game of competition, or I would rather call it collaboration between the two. When you lose sight of the fact that the order principle and the random principle go together, that's exactly the same predicament as losing sight of the fact that all individually delineated things and beings are connected underneath. You know, just like mountains stick out of the earth and there's the fundamental earth underneath them. So all of us, as different things, we stick out of reality. And there's a continuity underneath, but you ignore that. See, that's the thing that's left out. It's all been organized. It's a mess. 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 See, I'm just giving you many examples of the same principle.
Make some noise, smash that like, smash that like. We got Alan Watts in the house and now we got Terrence is back in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
One scenario for solving our problem is a mass migration into the past. We could literally dump this whole scene and go 100 million years into the past of the planet, then set up there in a confined zone. If it were only 10,000 years deep, it would never show in any fossil record. If we held ourselves to a 10,000 year wide window, that's such a brief period of time and so long ago that we would basically just appear to have disappeared. I think this is a haunted planet, and we are a haunted species. I think species. Every solid body in the solar system is heavily cratered. I think this is a haunted planet, and we are a haunted species. Some of these craters are planet smashers. There is considerable and ever-increasing evidence that the cosmic neighborhood is fairly unstable. Fairly unstable. Is it possible that biology is somehow prescient, that biology somehow exists in eternity and knows the fate of the planet, and that what we are is a desperate strategy of escape, and that the planet actually can sense the possibility of a complete life-destroying asteroidal impact? I think this is a haunted planet, and we are a haunted species. I think this is a haunted planet, and we are a haunted species. Every solid body in the solar system is heavily cratered. I think this is a haunted planet, and we are a haunted species. A species, a bipedal monkey with binocular vision, has been led into the antechamber of nature's secrets in order to build machineries and unleash energies sufficient to either deflect that incoming object or flee the planet in anticipation of it.
Make some noise to Terrence McKenna! Haunted Planet from the Time Wave album. Time Wave. The Wave. What's Grant Morrison say about time? Time is soil that you build universes in. Yeah. Yeah.
It isn't merely that your fate depends on whether or not you get your act together and to what degree you decide that you're going to live out your own genuine being. It isn't only your fate. It's the fate of everyone that you're networked with. There's 7 billion people in the world, and who are you? You're just one little dust mote among that 7 billion, and so it really doesn't matter what you do or don't do, but that's simply not the case. It's the wrong model, because you're at the center of a network. You're a node in a network. You're a node in a network. You're a node in a network.
Node
in a network. You'll know 1,000 people, at least over the course of your life. And they'll know 1,000 people. And that puts you one person away from 1 million, and 2 persons away from 1 billion. And so that's how you're connected. And the things you do, they're like dropping a stone in a pond. The ripples move outward, and they affect things in ways that you can't fully comprehend. And it means that the things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. More important than you think. Far more important than you think. The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. The terror of realizing that is that it actually starts to matter what you do. And you might say, well, that's better than living a meaningless existence. It's better for it to matter. But I mean, if you really ask yourself, wouldn't you be so sure? The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. More important than you think. Far more important than you think. The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. You had the choice. I can live with no responsibility whatsoever. The price I pay is that nothing matters. Or I can reverse it and everything matters. But I have to take the responsibility that's associated with that. It's not so obvious to me that people would take the meaningful path. You know, when you say, well, nihilists suffer dreadfully because there's no meaning in their life and they still suffer. Yeah, but the advantage is they have no responsibility. So that's the payoff, and I actually think that's the motivation. Say, well, I can't help being nihilistic. All my belief systems have collapsed. It's like, yeah, maybe. Maybe you've just allowed them to collapse because it's a hell of a lot easier than acting them out. And the price you pay is some meaningless suffering, but you can always whine about that and people will feel sorry for you, and you have the option of taking the pathway of the martyr, so that's a pretty good deal, all things considered, especially when the alternative is to bear your burden properly and to live forthrightly in the world. If you live a pathological life, you pathologize your society. And if enough people do that, then it's hell. Really. Really.
The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. More important than you think. Far more important than you think. The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. Far more important than you. Than you think. The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. More important than you think. Far more important than you think. The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. Far more important than you. Than you think.
And you can read the Gulag Archipelago and you'll see exactly what hell is like. And then you can decide if that's a place you'd like to visit, or even more importantly, if it's a place you'd like to visit and take all your family and friends. Because that's what happened in the 20th century.
Make some noise for Jordan Peterson. Make some noise for Jordan Peterson. We got Alan Watts back in the building now. Let's go.
You know the old question. If a tree crashes in a forest and there is nobody around to hear it, is there a noise? This question has been discussed in many futile ways. But noise, basically, is a state of affairs that requires an eardrum and an audio nervous system behind the eardrum. When the tree falls, it makes the air vibrate. If there is anywhere around an ear with the appropriate nervous system, there will be a noise. Because noise is a relationship between motion in the air and ears. If there is not any ear around, there won't be any noise, although there will be vibration in the air. And if there is some instrument around, such as a microphone attached to a tape recorder, there will be noise. There will be a vibration. There will be light.
There will be light.
In the darkness.
In the darkness.
In the same way, let's suppose the sun sends out light into space. Now, the space surrounding the sun will be black darkness, as if there were no light in it, unless a planet happens to float by. When a planet floats by, there will be light. In the darkness. But if there isn't anything to relate to the sun in that way, then comes no light. Now this goes right down to the root and ground of everything. It goes down to the essence of your nerves, your whole being. That it's all an interdependence. There will be noise. There will be a vibration. There will be light. In the darkness. There that's why one of the basic symbols of the universe is the Chinese yin-yang symbol, which you know is a circle with an S curve in the center. One side of the S is black, the other is white. So it makes, as it were, two commas or two fishes. And the eye of the fish is the opposite color. The white fish has a black eye, the black fish has a white eye, curling in on each other. Now this thing is called a helix. And that is the fundamental form of the galaxies, the great nebulae we see out in space. And this is basically, too, the position of sexual intercourse. This is lovemaking. And this is, you know, when you hold hands and so on. This is it. This is it. There will be noise. There will be a vibration. There will be light.
There will be light.
In the darkness.
In the darkness.
There will be noise.
There will be noise.
A vibration. There will be light.
There will be light.
In the darkness.
In the darkness. There will be noise. A vibration. There will be light. In the darkness.
But there are two involved. And the two are secretly one.
What's the answer to the meaning of life? Here's an answer. I was trying to solve this terrible puzzle about how it was that human beings got themselves in such a tangle about what they believed. Such a tangle that we were pointing the ultimate weapons of destruction at one another, which, by the way, we are still doing. I thought, okay, well, I understand that. We need our belief systems. They orient us. And that means there will be conflict between belief systems, and that can be a catastrophe. And that's being played out everywhere, again, in very many ways. What's the solution to that? Well, one possibility is there's no solution. It's just mayhem all the way around. Could be the case. But it seemed to me, as I delved into it, that the proper solution to that was to live properly as an individual.
You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful. God only knows what you are. At the final analysis. You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful.
You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths. And so then I think, well, if you got your act together, it'd be better for you, and instantly it would be better for your family, assuming they wanted you to get your act together, and not everyone does. And then it would be better for the community. Like, how far could you take that? If you stopped wasting time, and if you stopped lying, and if you oriented yourself to the highest possible good that you could conceive of, and you committed to that. How much good could you do? Well, I would say, why don't you find out? So, that's what I think you should do. You should find out.
Yeah. You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful. God only knows what you are. And the final analysis. You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful. You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths.
Maybe you could sort yourself out so that you wanted nothing but the good. And then maybe you could help make that manifest in the world. Maybe we wouldn't have all these terrible problems then. At least we'd have fewer of them, and that would be a start.
Yeah.
And that would be a start. And that would be a start. And that would be a start.
answer to the problem of humanity is the integrity of the individual.
You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful. God only knows where you are.
Analysis.
You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful.
You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths. That's the answer. So, and then you think, well, what's the barrier? And the barrier is, are you willing to accept the responsibility? And part of the answer to that is, reduce the damn responsibility until it's tolerable. You don't have to fix everything at once. You could just start by fixing the things that you could fix. You could do it with even less self-sacrifice. You could start by fixing only the things that you want to fix. God, you can get a massive way that way. Oh, do it. See what happens. That's what you should have been taught right from the beginning. Aim at the highest good. Tool yourself into something that can attain it. And go out there and manifest it in the world. Everything that comes your way will be... Everything that comes your way will be a blessing. Everything that comes your way will be a blessing. Everything that comes your way will be a blessing. Everything that comes your way will be a blessing.
Everything that comes your way will be a blessing. A blessing. But still, there remains the question.
I think life is tremendously tenacious and has an immense capacity to organize itself to meet any crisis, provided it knows it's coming. There are scars on this planet, enormous scars. There's a scar 1.5 billion years old on the Canadian shield that is twice the size of the lunar crater Copernicus. Now, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Now, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? This thing that came down 50,000 years ago out near Flagstaff, Arizona, that was a tiny object. It was something like 30 meters across. It was moving 9 times the speed of a rifle bullet. It was 6 miles into the earth in the first second of impact. Everything within 800 miles died instantly. And this was a nothing burger, this thing. An object 500 meters across the planet would ring like a gong for 10,000 years. The thing which killed the dinosaurs, they now believe they have the impact point. At the time of the impact, the entire area was a shallow ocean. But what I find eerie about the location of this impact point is 65 million years afterwards, on this exact spot, a civilization will arise obsessed with the end of time. A civilization will arise obsessed with the end of time and determined to give a date to it. It's within 110 miles of Chichen Itza. It's near Zebel Chaltun. It's right in the heart of classic Maya country. What is going on? 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 What is going on?
Make some noise for Starsky Cannon.
His body and his parts are a river. Yeah. Everything is just an impression, said the cynic, and the response is obvious enough. But the point is a useful one, if you take it for what it's worth. The soul of man does violence to itself first, when it does its best to become an abscess, a kind of detached growth from the world. To be vexed by anything that happens is a kind of succession from nature, which compromises the nature of all things. To be vexed by anything that happens is a kind of succession from nature, and it compromises the nature of all things. The soul of man does violence to itself when it turns its back on another, or sets out to do harm, as the souls of the angry do. When overpowered by pleasure or pain, when it puts on a mask and does or says anything insincerely and untruly. When it allows its action, an impulse to be without a purpose, to be random and disconnected. Even the smallest things ought to be directed towards a goal of a rational animal. Follow the reason and law of the gods. Momentary, nature, changeable, perception, dim, condition of body, decaying, spinning around, fortune, unpredictable, lasting fame, uncertain. The body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream and mist. Life is warfare, a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion. Your body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream and mist. Life is warfare, a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion. What can guide us? Only philosophy, which means keeping the demon in man, free from violence and unharmed, superior to pleasure and pain, doing nothing without purpose. No hypocrisy, randomly or dishonestly, not dependent on any man, doing or not doing anything, except what's happening. I know there's a lot that is coming from thence, and above all that it accepts death and the cheerful spirit. In a cheerful spirit. And there's nothing but the dissolution of that from what it is made. If it doesn't hurt the individual elements to change continually into each other, why are people afraid of avoiding changing, separating? It's according to nature, and nothing's evil, it's according to nature. Nothing's evil, it's according to nature. Hey! Body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream and mist. Life is warfare, a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion. The body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream and mist. Life is warfare, a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion.
Welcome back to the stage, Dr. Alan Watts and Dr. Bill Shakespeare. What a guy.
The fact that life is transient is part of its liveliness.
the transients of the world always utter their best poetry. You know. Our revels now are ending. These our actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits, and are melted into air, into the thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great earth itself, by all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is lying in this sleep. And said so well, it doesn't seem so bad after all, does it? You see, there's always in the poetry of evanescence a kind of funny nostalgia. Moralists will say, those lovely lips which you so delight to kiss today will in a few years rot and disclose the grinning teeth of the skull. So what? The skull says, lying in the grass, chattering finch and waterfly are not merrier than I. Here among the flowers I lie, laughing everlastingly. No, I may not tell the best. Surely, friends, I could have guessed. Death was but the good king's jest. It was hid so carefully. Divide life into certain stages, what are called the ashramas. The first is called brahmacharya, the second grihastha, and the third vanaprastha. Brahmacharya means the stage of the student, the apprenticeship. Grihastha, the stage of the householder, and vanaprastha, the stage of the forest dweller. This is related to cultural history of early India. Before we have agrarian communities, we have a hunting culture, which is on the move. In a hunting culture, every male knows the whole culture. There is no division of labor. And the holy man of the hunting culture is, of course, called a shaman. A shaman is a realized man, a man who knows the inner secret. He's seen through the game. And he finds it by going away alone into the forest and cutting himself off from the tribe. That is to say, from social conditioning. And he goes maybe for a long period into the forest and comes back. He's found out who he is. And he sure isn't who he was told he was. But as hunting cultures settle into agrarian patterns of life, what do? They build a village. And around the village they set up a stockade, which is known as the pale. And the village is always, of course, standing at crossroads. And now you get in an agrarian society a division of labor. And the division of labor comprises four. In medieval Europe, we call them lords spiritual, lords temporal, commons, and serfs. In India, they are Brahmins, Kshatriya, that means fighters, Vaishya, merchants, traders, warriors, the merchants, and the laborers. Division of labor. The 4 sections of town. So the 4 basic castes. So when you are born into a caste, and your duty as a grihasta or householder is to fulfill your caste function and to bring up a family. When you've done that, you go back to the forest, back to the hunting culture, and you drop your robe, and you become nobody. A shaman again. So a Hindu calls one who does this a shaman, which is of course the same word as shaman. And the Chinese call him a xia. A shaman is an immortal. Why immortal? Because it's only the role that's mortal. The big front, the persona. The one who you really are, the common man, that is to say the man who is common to us all, which you could call the son of man. That's the real self. That's the guy who's putting on the big head. And of course he has no name. Nobody can put the finger on it. Because you can't touch the tip of the finger with the tip of the finger.
Make some noise for Alan Watts. Make some noise for yourself. This will be the last song.
Hey! Yeah! Meaningwave live! Live across the galaxy.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. And you would of course be able to alter your time sense and slip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, gardens, music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then after a couple of months of this sort of thing at 75 years a night, you'll be getting a little taste for something different. You would move over to an adventurous dimension where there were certain dangers involved from the thrill of dealing with dangers. And you could rescue princesses from dragons and go on dangerous journeys, make wonderful explosions and blow them up. Eventually get into contest with enemies. And after you've done that for some time, you think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real, and to be anxious about it, because it'd be so great when you woke up. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if Like children who dare each other on things. How far out could you get? What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this because you know you'd eventually wake up. After you'd gone on doing this, you see, for some time, you would suddenly find yourself sitting around in this room with all your personal involvement, problems, etc., talking with me. How do you know that's not what you're doing? Could be. Because after all, what would you do if you were God? I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. If you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. What you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. 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 I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream. What would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God? Hey, what would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God? Hey, what would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God? Hey, yo! Make some noise! Hey, damn, son! Damn! Yo, that was epic. That was epic! How you feeling? Damn, son! Well, I'm a little speechless. All that damn meaning, all that damn wisdom that just occurred. You know, coupled with the bright lights and the smoke and the wave emojis in the chat. That was a visceral experience. And that was just one of what has been 24 streams. 24 streams in a row. Every day we've been here. And it feels like when we began was a long time ago. That feels like a different world. We're in this new world now. Here we are together. 24 streams later, 24 days later. We're here. Meaning gang, meaning family, meaning tribe, meaning wave. Yes, it is the place to be. Right here with thee. Yeah, I mean this is an instrumental. This is another classic. How many classics? I could play for days. I think I could play for days. And it was like moments in that when it was like, oh shit, like, and it's like, one song would go really well after that. Also another one would. There's so many directions you could go in, you know what I mean? There's so many things that link together. You got Alan Watts talking about, you know, the unity, that they were both one, in the same way that Joseph Campbell does on that one song.
all these things, all these interlinking ideas. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Hey, yo, thank you, everyone who's locked in. Thank you for everyone dropping super chats. Shouts out to the new members. Multiverse Media Space, new member. Sheila D upgraded to level 3, I believe. Make some noise for Sheila D. Epic Activities. Thank you, Luke Coles, for the $5 super chat. Says, live from your heart. Love them all. Let God sort them out. Tell the truth. Or at least do not try not to lie. Yeah, that's real shit, baby. That's real shit, baby. Thank you, GOM. Says, thanks. Well, thank you. Pizzo Cat says, thanks, Akira. Thank you, baby. Lawrence Smith says, keep this going. You know, we did. We kept that going. We kept that going pretty epically. You know. Thank you, Lawrence Smith. Thank you, Greg the Alien. Says, Meaningwave crew. Damn straight. Thank you, Mike Besses. Says, there will be donations. There will be donations. Yeah, there will. Hey. Thank you, Andrew. Says, gratitude. Damn straight, baby. Thank you, Happy Robot. Thank you, Multiverse Media Space. Says, smooth. I'm loving your bars. You know, all credit to the ghostwriter. I do have the best ghostwriter. You know, I got the best ghostwriters in the game. Best ghostwriters in the game. Mike, fucking hell. Yo. Excuse the... Sorry, Hercules. Hercules is over there. Thank you, Digital Rhino, for the long stream tonight. Thank you, Akira. Thank you. Barrel Roller, thank you for the waves. Look forward to this every time. Every time. What? Definitely do. Thanks, Seth. Hercules just asked if I want water. I definitely want water. Shouts out to Charlotte, who brought me a water during that. And I drank it all in one fell gulp. No, that's not for putting water in. That's my mug that I put pens in, Hercules. That's the pen mug. I like you. You're a good boy. Hercules has got his pajamas on. You know, he's getting ready for bed. He's going to get me some water. He's a good boy. So, yeah, thank you for everyone who's supporting. If you want to support the wave, you can do. All the links are in the description. If you want to become a member of the channel, that's a good thing to do. You get to download all the mixes. This set that I've just done, that will be turned into a mix that you can download. I will master it. It will be nice. It will have a cover. You know, and that will be available to members of the channel and also members of the Patreon and all that. You can make a one-time donation at the PayPal link underneath. You can, if you want to download the music, which you should in case the internet goes out. People were asking about that. People are asking about that every day, strangely. And you can download it all on Bandcamp. You can buy merch like this beautiful shirt here at meaningwave.com. There's new Marcus Aurelius merch just dropped. You can cop that. It is very fly. Mel Paradise just dropped up. She says, I missed the hecking music. Oh, damn. You just missed a two-hour Meaningwave set. But you'll be able to catch it on the rewind. And you'll be able, if you become a member of the channel, you'll be able to download it and play it in your car. You know? And that will be fly. What I missed? Did I miss anything? Yeah, if you want to head to the community tab, we're voting on vinyl and shit like that. People have been asking me, everyone's been asking me for, they want to buy music, like in a physical form so they can hang it on their wall or like, you know, use it to put plants on or something, you know? So we're voting to see if, like, who wants vinyl or cassette or anything else, you know? So that's on the members tab. You can do that. Hey. Thank you, Paolo Cleofas, for the super chat. Dropped one of them Vatican signs. Vatican signs, gang activities only. Epic activities only in 2020 and epic gang activities only. You know, we're in an epic gang. Our epic gang is the meaning gang. You know what I mean? Wave gang or capsize. Wave gang or drown. Wave gang or fall out and get attacked by some ducks. You know? Ducks don't mess around. Ducks are serious. Ducks are serious! You ever seen those videos on YouTube of ducks just ganging up on other ducks and just getting after it? Oh my goodness. Ducks don't mess around, baby. Duck gang or no bread, says Small in Australia, and Small in Australia is usually right about these things. So yeah. You want to become a member of the channel? You should probably do that. We're nearly, I think we're like 3 weeks. Gee, that person been supporting the wave for 4 weeks. That's crazy. That's epic. You know, I think we've got another like 9 members, and then we can unlock more emojis. Oh my goodness, that will be fly. But yeah. I've been looking into the Meaningwave records, man. Vinyls and cassettes and things of that nature. It's getting to the point where there's like enough of you that want it seems. There's enough of us. The Wave Gang is that mighty and large. You know what I mean? There's over 100,000 of you a month just on Spotify. Over 100,000 wave riders just splashing. Sploosh. Splash. Righteously. You know what I mean? And so we're gonna get all that stuff that you need. All that stuff that you want. You can regulate the vibes. Keep it cracking. Yo. 24. Tomorrow we're hitting 25. Shit, that's a special number, right? 25 is a special number. I mean, they all special numbers to me because, we're here together. I'm here with you. That's special. That's a special thing. Being here with you. Could be anywhere. You know what I mean? Could be anywhere. Anywhere, but we're here. We're here right now, here at the peak of recorded human civilization. Shit ain't been this good since Atlantis, man. You know what I mean? And we don't really know if Atlantis happened. We don't know nothing about that shit. It's just basically, that's why I say recorded human history, because of what we know of. As Terence McKenna said in one of those songs, he's like, 10,000 years, you could build up a whole civilization up to like space age level. Then you could reboot that motherfucker and go right back to dot. And then the next generation would have no idea you ever existed at all. And this is something I've believed my whole life. I had one of those epic dreams once. That last song, the What Would You Do If You Were God, The Long Dream, we spoke about this a couple of nights ago. I had dreams that went on for years. I've had dreams that went on for like nearly a decade. I think 7 years was the longest I remember. But like, I don't have those dreams, man. I've been to those places. When I was a little boy, I went to some of those places and saw some of those different places and the different ways of being, those different modes of being. You like build things with your mind. You know what I mean? You sing into a trumpet, and that lifts shit. We got a lot of shit to learn, baby. We've learned a lot, but we've got a lot yet to learn, and we're going to be learning it. Incredible things are going to happen over the next decade. We're going to witness things that now would be miracles to us. We're going to witness over the next 10 years. But it's worth bearing in mind that, all technology looks like magic to those who've never witnessed it, This is the age of miracles and wonders. I'm broadcasting from my crib across the whole world to you. You're all chilling like little funsies in the chat, you know what I mean? All hanging out together. After this, you might go to the Discord. The link for that is in the description. You might go to the Akira the Don Discord. You might have a vote amongst yourselves. Which of these epic mixes that Akira the Don has done every single day for the past 24 days shall we put on and boogie to tonight, brothers and sisters? You could do that all day long. We've now done enough mixes just over the past few weeks that you could be listening to them back to back for 2 days, at least. At least! So before we get out of here, we're going to play what seems to have become through, no one asked for it. No conscious decision was made, but a song seems to have become something of an anthem, and I do wonder what it means. I wonder what it all means. We should look into it. The new album's out now, Gary V album, The Gary V Show. That's out right now. On Friday, the Marcus Aurelius instrumentals drop. That's right, YouTube hero Alex, you know it's duck season. You know! Quack, quack. Quack, quack, motherfuckers. Yeah! Quack! Smash that like, hit that join the channel button. Get down. La 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 la. By the way, I forgot to ask, how was the stream quality tonight? How was it? Was it decent? What would you on an out of 10? How was the stream quality? And I don't mean like the fire tunes. I just mean like the audio and video quality. Did it lag? Did it buffer? Let me know. That was for you, DS. God, I had that button.
All the ducks are swimming in the water. All the
yeah.
Swimming in the water. All the ducks are swimming in the water. All the ducks are swimming in the water. All the ducks are swimming in the water. Under, 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 under. All the ducks are swimming in the water. Under, 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 under. All the ducks are swimming in the water. Under, 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 under. All the ducks are swimming in the water. Under, 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 under.
Duck Gang. Damn, son. Where did you find this? Where did you find this song about ducks? Huh? I found it on the, what album was that on? Was it on Goldtron? I think it was on Goldtron. You know, shouts out to Lemon Jelly. All day. Yeah. That was that. That then was that quarantine stream, brothers and sisters. And it's about this time we like to dim the lights and just close our eyes and say a little prayer, you know. So we say, thank you, Wave Father, you know, up there in that intergalactic, like cosmic, infinite dimensional ocean from whence we all came, you know. Thank you for this blessing. Thank you for this spaceship in which we ride. We're all together on this big old spaceship flying through space. Maybe that's what we're doing, or maybe it's a video game. I don't know, but either way, it's dope, and I'm glad to be in it, you know. I'm very happy to be here with you, with the Wave family, with the young son Hercules. Young Hercules, the Don. How you feeling, Hercules? Hercules is feeling very zen, and that's a good feeling to have. So yeah, thank you for all of this great stuff, man. We just mad grateful, and particularly want to shout out the ancestors as always, you know. Shouts out to my nan. She's over there in the corner where our ashes are. You know, she's mingling with the infinite now, and that's a dope place for her to be, you know. I love my nan. Shouts out to my nan. Shouts out to, you know, all my grandparents. Shouts out to their parents that I never got to meet, you know. Shouts out to your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your great-great-great-great-grandparents, you know, who fought and lived and died so that we may be here at the peak of recorded human civilization in this blessed year of our Lord 2020 AD. Make some noise for you go down south. Woo! Yeah! It's time for us to get out of here, baby. And you know what you got to do? You got to smash that like. You got to leave a comment on this video when it publishes for the algorithm gods. You know what I mean? Spread that thing, all that stuff. Do those things. We're getting out of here. Hercules is going to do the bye five. You got any messages for the people before we go?
Leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, there you go. All right, sweet. Let's get it. You ready?
I was never here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah!